Okay, it's comfort food season yet again, and to me that means meatloaf. So I have a nice little twist on a meatloaf here. So let's get going and start the recipe. Okay, so I'm making jalapeno popper stuffed meatloaf muffins. Yes, yes. So I'm going to start the cream cheese jalapeno stuffing, right? The filling. So I have 4 ounces of cream cheese, softened cream cheese. Put that in a bowl. This is the first step, by the way. And then you can use a whole jalapeno if you want, a fresh one. That's not really what I do. I like to use the pickled ones. So I'm just going to take out enough to make it spicy, but not too spicy. So as you can see, like 2 or 3 forkfuls, and that'll do it right there. Scrape my little knife off. And then I'll just chop them up as finely as I can and put them in with the cream cheese. Okay, very good. And then some cheddar cheese. This is sharp cheddar cheese. The recipe, I did half the recipe, and so like a 1/4 cup, but come on, let's get real. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup anyway. Okay, I love cheese. We love cheese. So I'm going to put the cheese in there, mix it all up, and then I will cover this with a little bit of plastic wrap. And then this is going to need to go in the freezer for about 20 minutes. And this is to help the cream cheese from oozing out of the middle, from the middle. Okay, now I'm going to prepare my muffin pan here, nonstick spray. Okay, so what is different about this recipe I'm sharing here is it's not a full-on meatloaf, okay? We're making meatloaf muffins. So they're going to be little individual meatloafs, okay? We love meatloaf muffins in the wintertime or fall time. As soon as the weather cools down, we like to have our little meatloaf muffins. So you just prepare it the same way as you would any other meatloaf, but we're going to portion it out into the muffin pan instead of a whole meatloaf. There is a recipe for a whole meatloaf, you know, the jalapeno popper stuffed, you know, it's a full meatloaf, but then I saw this recipe for meatloaf muffins, and I was like, yes, let's try that. So, yeah, just an egg. I had some breadcrumbs with some milk, onion powder, garlic powder. This is my own little addition here. I decided to put in a little bit of the jalapeno juice from the jar in there. I thought it would add some extra jalapeno flavor. And then Worcestershire sauce, pepper. I'm going to do a little salt. And then we're going to mix it up. And yeah. And it didn't take very long to cook this at all. Oh, I should tell you also, I cooked off some bacon too. And the recipe says to like cook some strips of bacon and then put like a little strip on top of each muffin. But no, that's not what we're going to do. No. I'm going to take it up a little bit here. Okay, I'll show you what I'm going to do. But you just mix it up. I used this big fork so I didn't like over mix it with my hands, and you know how you just kind of overwork it a little bit. And then after I mixed it up, I thought, I think it just needs a little extra something. So I decided to put a little bit of barbecue sauce. That's my extra addition to this recipe also. And I think it worked really good. The smokiness went really well with the jalapenos. Okay. So now to stuff your meatloaf muffins. So put a little bit at the bottom of the well, and then take a spoonful of the jalapeno popper mixture that had been in the freezer for 20 minutes. And like I said, that will help it from oozing out as much to freeze it first. And then you just kind of put, and here's where the bacon is. I chopped up some bacon and put, you know, on top of the jalapeno popper, because that's totally part of a jalapeno popper, right? And I thought it would just lend more flavor than just a little bit on top. So anyway, you put a little mixture on the bottom, top it with a spoonful of the cream cheese mixture, and then put the other half of the meat on top. And you don't have to worry about sealing it or anything. Just tap it on there like I did. Just pat it down a little bit. And then continue with the rest of them. And then the recipe called for ketchup on top. If you like that, go ahead and do that, but we prefer barbecue sauce. So I just did a little squirt on each one. I like the ketchup too, but I just think the barbecue sauce just gives you a little more depth of flavor, I think, which is really nice. Okay, so I preheated my oven to 400, and then these are going to bake at 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Get out your thermometer and make sure that the temperature is at 165 when they're done. Okay, for a side, I went with some garlic, or some mashed Yukon Gold potatoes. I like lots of butter in mine. Okay, I put a nice half a stick of butter almost in there. You need it for potatoes because they are just, they need a lot of flavor, potatoes do. And whoops, a couple spoonfuls of sour cream, a must in my book. These are going to be loaded mashed potatoes, by the way. So we're talking bacon and cheese and sour cream and butter. Ugh, so good. So anyway, just take my little mix and chop here and pound out most of the lumps here. There's going to be some, but it's okay. And then here comes the bacon. I'll hold back a little bit for everybody can put on top of their mashed potatoes. And then some sharp cheddar cheese, of course, that's a must. Mix that in. And then these are going to take a lot of seasoning. So I did that. Yeah. I thought I showed anyway. Okay, so this is them done. And these were so good, so tasty. It really did taste like a jalapeno popper. It really did. I was surprised. I will keep these in my back pocket, and I will make these through the winter time because it's just another little thing on meatloaf muffins. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.